Hello to my scientists of all ages. This is Mrs. Aquilia, and I'm here with your second science experiment of the week. Welcome to my home science lab, also known as my kitchen. So I have a question for you. Why is it that when people wash dishes, they never use regular soap? They never use the kind of soap, we call it bar soap, that you'd wash your hands with or take a bath with. Why is it that people only use what's called dishwashing liquid? I mean, is it really any different than regular soap? Well, it is. And I'm going to show you how. We're going to start this week's experiment, which I like to call Magic Rainbows, with a container that has just a little bit of milk in it. And you'll notice that this is regular milk. This is not low-fat milk or non-fat milk, and that's actually very important. So we start with some regular milk, and I'm going to need some food coloring. And food coloring is something that I believe you can buy in the baking aisle in any supermarket. Sometimes people might use it to make like funky colored cake icing. And I'm just gonna put some colors, not too much, just some like little spots of color right in my milk. I'm a big fan of yellow, so I'm going to add a little bit more yellow. A little bit of green. And we seem to have a few guest scientists right now. We have my cat Roxy. And we have my dog Melody. Girls, if you don't mind, I'm right in the middle of a video. Thanks. Okay, so we have our milk, and we have our color that I have dropped in there. And all I'm going to do now is I have a bottle cap that I put some of this dishwashing soap in. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a Q-tip. When you have a small apartment, your cats have to eat in the kitchen. Okay. And when you have a dog, they can't eat on the floor because the dog will eat all the food. Okay, so what I've done is I've dipped both ends of the Q-tip into my dishwashing liquid soap. And watch what happens now when I put it in this milk with the food coloring. Ooh. How cool is that? It's pretty amazing, right? Ooh, look at those bubbles. Now we know that sometimes science looks like magic. So when I call this my magic rainbow experiment, it's not really magic. It's science. But before I tell you the science behind it, let's do another one. Ooh, how cool is this? Now, when I move it, it's going to get all like icky probably. It's almost like an art experiment. Okay, I'm going to take another one, and let's see, I want to do a little bit more yellow. Oops. A little bit of green. A little bit of blue. A little bit more red. Now this time, instead of dipping a Q-tip in the soap, I'm going to dip a cotton ball in. I'm going to see if it's going to be even cooler than before. All right, get this really soapy. Okay, you ready? Let's see what happens. How cool is this? So my question for you is, why is it that the dishwashing liquid acts like that and makes those colors swirl and move all over the place? But regular soap, wah wah, nothing happens when I put the regular soap in. it kind of moves the color around a little bit, but anything I stick in there would move the color around a little bit. That's not the same as what happened when I put the dishwashing soap in, right? So the reason why is because if you think about it, when we wash dishes, oh, look at how cool this cotton ball is. Ooh, it's like a rainbow cotton ball. When we wash dishes, a lot of the time, we are washing plates and pots and pans that might be like greasy, right? There I am. Might be greasy because we may be frying chicken, or we may be making meat, or we may have something that has a lot of oil or grease in it. Now, the reason that the dishwashing soap actually is different is because it's meant to wash away all that grease, all that fat. So, move over, Cool Milk Rainbow. When you take regular milk, and again, not like non-fat or low-fat milk, but regular milk, it actually has quite a bit of fat in it. You may not have known that, boys and girls. So when we're putting the color in, right, what we're doing is we're setting it up so we are able to see something that we would not be able to see ordinarily. So what we don't see is that when we're washing the dishes with this dishwashing liquid, it's breaking apart like the grease and the fat to get the dishes clean. It has to like break it off and make it go down the drain so that it's cleaning the dishes. So this soap has some properties to it that do that to the grease and the oil. You see how it's almost like washing it away? And if I was doing that under a stream of running water, you can see how this would actually get like greasy or oily dishes clean, wouldn't it? Because it's like pushing, what it's doing is it's taking the color and it's pushing it all around like the fat globules in the milk, which sounds really kind of disgusting, but it looks really cool. If we didn't have the color in the milk, we would have no idea that this is going on. And when we wash our dishes, we have no idea that it's going on because you can't see it. But now, oh, look at that really cool swirl. Now we can see it because of our magic rainbows. So this is a really easy and fun and creative experiment that you can do at home. Hopefully you're able to get food coloring without it being a problem. Where am I? There I am. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this second experiment of the week with me, your science teacher. Remember me? I know you haven't seen me in a couple of weeks, but I'm still thinking about you guys. And look forward to more science experiments and activities to come. Bye.